When the Downs of Albuquerque opened the new casino there last July, moving closer to Central and doubling the number of slot machines, everybody knew that place would be a big moneymaker. Well, under the new lease, the state does get a cut of that money, but how much we're getting compared to how much they're making is now drawing sharp criticism. Katie Kim is on special assignment.
Gamblers test their luck hoping to win big. The biggest winners, though, are the owners of the Downs at Albuquerque. The company built a $25 million casino with 700 slot machines to replace the Olds building. It opened last July near Central in Louisiana, and the return has already been huge. Just take a look at the numbers. With the doors to its new casino open for just 6 months in 2013, the Downs raked in more than $24 million in profit off its slot machines for the entire year. That's up from $14 million in 2012.
You've got a situation where there's a casino in the biggest city in the state that has relatively no competition in town. It's probably the most coveted spot in the entire state.
When it comes to negotiating a deal for a new casino in the heart of Albuquerque, the state had the most to gain. But unfortunately, critics say the state didn't take advantage of that.
Taxpayers got a raw deal.
The Downs deal has been knee-deep in controversy since the lease was approved in 2011, with accusations of backroom deals and political favors. The state has always maintained the deal was above board. Still, opponents say the state could have gotten much more out of the 25-year lease.
Casinos have, by state law, essentially a license to almost print money. I don't think it's expecting too much that the taxpayer should see a little bit of a return.
Right now, the Downs pays just under $3 million in rent to the state fairgrounds. It was paying $2 million under the old lease. Democratic Senator Tim Keller, whose district includes a new casino, says the rent payment is pennies compared to the amount the Downs is making.
The point is, the state's getting ripped off here. We just are not getting the return on our investment that we should be.
But state fair officials say that's simply not true.
This is an exceptional lease for the state of New Mexico.
Couldn't the state have gotten more? Your response to that?
I think that people that say that we could have gotten more, basically ill-informed.
State Fair General Manager Dan Morning says the more money the casino makes, the better for taxpayers. By law, about a quarter of a racino's slot winnings goes directly to the state's coffers. Morning also says built into the new lease is a guarantee that the state will get an even greater share of profits. For example, if the Downs makes more than $60 million in slot profits, the state gets an extra $1.3 million in rent.
It levels out, though. What if the Downs makes $90 million and the state still only gets $1.3 million? Does that seem fair?
I think it's more than fair. I believe that they have put, again, they're putting a $25 million plus, $30 million plus investment into the state. They have the right to make money, absolutely.
But another state-regulated racino does it differently. Sunray Park and Casino in Farmington rents its land from San Juan County. The cost, $2 million or 15% of gaming profit, whichever is greater. Last year, Sunray brought in about the same amount in slot profits as the Downs, but paid $3.5 million in rent. Morning still insists the state got the better end of the deal.
We got the best bid, and we got the best lease that the state could possibly get.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
Under the new lease, the Downs does have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on marketing the racetrack, casino, and fairgrounds, but they no longer have to pay to maintain the stables, which was very costly. We have a lot more details on the Downs deal. You can find it all at krqe.com.